guys, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and I have a thrifting haul for you today. I just spent the day with my good friend Linda. Hi Linda, if you're watching. We went to Salt Lake, or met up in Salt Lake, and went to 4 different thrift stores. I was starting to unpack the stuff that I bought and thought, you know what, I should just film this haul, and that can be my Saturday crafty video. So let's start with the stuff that I've already kind of unpacked. So the first thing is I have this ream of paper that's like old computer paper, but it's like a linen finish, cream colored stock, not like that green and white paper. I don't know, but I thought it was just a couple of bucks for this whole thing, and that will give me a good amount of like cream colored stock to work with. At one of the stores we went to, I found this game, Alfred Hitchcock Presents The Unexplained, and it's like a game where you act out a Hitchcock movie and try to solve the mystery. And I didn't want it for the game, I wanted for the stuff inside. So some of the things I've already thrown away. There was like a filler shaped box here and a cassette tape that I threw away because I have no use for that. But the paper pieces I'm going to be keeping, we have an acting award and a detective award. A letter from the desk of Alfred Hitchcock. Your role is the most critical and important in my new movie, The Unexplained. It must remain cloaked in secrecy throughout the game. Let me explain. And so this is kind of describing this character, and this is for the eyes of Dr. Lees only. So if you're not Dr. Lees, then I guess you don't get one of these. And then it comes with these scripts. And I guess if you're playing the game, you read out the parts and stuff, but I'll just be using it for fun papers to use. Then I found this book. It's like a literary magazine thing, actually, I think, that had this cute cover, Little Fox in the Woodlands. And I got it mostly for the cover. I've actually removed the cover, and I pulled out a few pages here and there. Like there was this cool picture and these pages here that have a cool print on them, but I didn't really keep the poems and such, just a few pages that I pulled out. And then this top page, you can see it comes from one of the other books I'm going to grab and show you. This is all I've gotten to in terms of unpacking things. So now we're going to shift and go into a location by location kind of movement. The literary magazine and the book that this page came from a store called Desert Industries, and the Alfred Hitchcock game came from Allied something. Now I can't think of it. It'll come to me, I'm sure. And the paper came from Savers. Have I confused you yet? I've confused myself. Alright, let's go back to the Desert Industries stuff. Alright, the first thing I have here is a book. This is a book in German. It was printed in Germany. It's a book of poetry, and I do not speak German. So how do I know it's in German? Well, it says printed in Germany, and there are some words that I recognize. I recognize some of the alphabet symbols and things, but I do not speak German. However, I have a very good friend who lives in Berlin. I'm going to send him a picture of the title page, maybe a picture of some of the text, and see if he can give me an idea of who this poet is, or is it a collection of poetry, or what exactly am I dealing with here. It was just kind of a mystery to me, and it was $2 for the book, and it has a cute cover, so I thought, okay, let's go with it. Worst case scenario, I can use the cover for a journal cover and the poetry pages for filling up a journal. The next book I got at Desert Industries was for $1, and it's called Very Charleston, and I think it's about Charleston, South Carolina. Which state would that be? Low Country, Daniel Island, Mount Pleasant Island, Isle of Palm, Sullivan's Island. Anyway, the reason that I liked this one is because of the illustrations. There's tons and tons of cute illustrations. Some are little flowers. We've got some animals, some maps and things. Just lots and lots. Up next we have a Britannica Junior, and this is volume 3, which is covering the letter B. This is the book that I pulled that page with the birds on. It was just right inside after the map here. I was tempted to get like the whole set because they had A to Z there, but it was $4 a piece, and I was like, yeah, I don't need that many books, but I just thought, okay, I'll pick one, and I was flipping through each one, and for some reason the images in the B one just stuck out to me, so that's the one that I got. This is another one that's encyclopedia-ish. This is The New Wonder World, Sports, Pastimes, and Handicrafts, and this one is also kind of encyclopedia-ish. And there was 2 of these. The other one was about literature. And again, I flipped through both of them, and the clincher for me that got me to pick this one instead of the other one, there was a couple of things. I just saw something. Horseback things. I'm a sucker for images of people on horseback. And the other thing was the football section, which was right at the beginning, because I will be making another football junk journal during football season this year. So we have this great picture of football from back when they had the leather helmets. This great picture here, very similar to pictures I have taken, because I take pictures of my high school football team, and this is about the same angle that I get with our kickers. Oh, this one's kind of fun, just some more guys in the leather helmets. Another one flying over. I have some great pictures from my football taking experience of my boys like flying over top of other people. And they have this new rule now in high school football where you're not allowed to jump over people, which I think is stupid. If you've got the athletic skill to jump over somebody while you're carrying the ball and you can land on your feet after jumping over that person and keep running past them, I think you should be able to do it. But that's just me. Another great image here for football. So, a few more there. That'll be fun. Next up, I have this book that is not going to be used for crafting. This is Croutons on a Cow Pie, Volume 2 by Baxter Black. Baxter Black is a modern cowboy poet. I want to say that maybe he's passed away now, but you can look up his cowboy poetry on YouTube. He has some videos on there, and he has lots of books full, and he writes cowboy poetry that's just hilarious. Some of it's more serious, and some of it is really funny. He's very well known in the cowboy poetry world. He appeared on Johnny Carson. In fact, there's a quote here from Johnny Carson that says, "It's just a tragedy Keats didn't live to hear this." When I was in high school, I took a Western American literature class, and a lot of time we spent reading Baxter Black poetry and writing cowboy poetry, and so it's very just nostalgic for me to have this book. I'm going to take it to my upcoming family camping trip, because my brother loves cowboy poetry even more than I do, and I'm going to let him look at it as well. He might enjoy. There's also an ag trivia quiz. We'll see if any of my family knows the answers to these. So, there we go. One last item I got at Deseret Industries was The 11th Hour, A Curious Mystery by Graham Base. This is another one that I just love for its own sake. I wasn't supposed to buy books just to read, but I mean, when you have a Baxter Black book that's in such good shape like that one, or a Graham Base picture book, you've got to get it. This is such a fun mystery. I can remember my elementary school librarian reading this book to us and seeing if we could solve the mystery. And there's a sealed portion of the book, and this hasn't been completely opened. The seal has been partially ripped, but not completely open. So it's almost like a brand new copy of the 11th Hour. Another place that we went to was Savers. So again, that ream paper that I showed you, I got there. And one other thing, I got this table runner it's an orange, like a rusty orange color with leaves on it. And of course that's going to be used to craft with. Alright, after Savers we went to the Assistance League thrift shop, and they had a crafting section. So these two little baggies with beads in them were stapled together, and they were $1. And then these two little baggies were also $1 stapled together. More beads here, and then we have some flat back rhinestones. I don't know that I'll use these, but they were stapled to that baggie, and I thought, oh well, might as well get it. And then just under the beads, they had this basket full of lace. Each of these pieces is 4 yards of lace for $2 a piece. So I got 5 of them because of course I did. I mean, let's just take one out of the package. It's this cream or ecru color. It's got stitching on it that reminds me of my days when I worked at the cross stitch design company. This looks like hard hanger stitching, although I'm sure it's done by machine. But I mean, 4 yards of really beautiful neutral colored lace for $2. Come on. This shop was so much fun. The ladies that worked there, they were like just oohing and awing over all the stuff that I had picked out. And the one gal that was checking me out at the counter, she's like, I only work here once a month, so I always check out what the customers are buying so I know what I want to go back and find later before I leave. She was sweet. In addition to lace, I got a few cream colored handkerchiefs, or I guess it could be cloth napkins. They were just linens. So I got this pack of 4 for $3, and they all have this rosy bit on the corner there. And then another pack of 4 for $3. More beautiful lacy bits on the corners. And then this one was $2. That pretty flower in the corner there. And the last thing that I picked up there was this pack of scrapbook paper for $2. Now, I didn't go through the pack. It was the only thing of scrapbook paper they had, so I just snatched it. We're gonna take a look at it all together. Alright, the last place that we went to was Goodwill Outlet. I wasn't really planning on going there, but Linda had never been to it before, and I said, you need to experience this. And she didn't really buy much today. She bought a few books at Savers. I think she bought something at the United Assistance League. Why do I keep forgetting the name of that shop? It was my favorite one of the day. Anyway, I think she bought something at Assistance League. But mostly it was just me buying a whole bunch of crap. Well, not crap, stuff to craft with, but you know what I mean. So I said, let's try the Goodwill Outlet. You should experience this. And at the Goodwill Outlet in Salt Lake, there's pretty much 2 sections. There's a section that's a little bit less crowded. That's where the books are and any paper goods, that kind of thing. Sometimes they have luggage and stuff off to that side. And then the other side is clothing, and that's the most crowded. And I don't usually go over to that part unless I'm feeling really brave. So we just stuck to the book section, and Linda didn't buy anything there either, but she did pick up several things that I ended up putting in my bag. Because I'd be like, are you going to get that? She'd be like, no. Then I'd say, well, I guess I'm going to have to get it then. So, let's start with this big chunky monkey here. This is the Holy Bible. This is from 1970. If it would have been given to someone, they could have filled it out here. That's kind of cool. There's lots of really beautiful illustrations in here, and the corners of these pages have been damaged with something, and it feels kind of waxy. I don't think it goes to through the whole book. I think it ends somewhere about halfway through. But that's okay. Some of these pages just have this really beautiful border on them, and then a scripture. For example, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And then we have this beautiful illustration of the creation story. Oh, there's Christ riding in on a donkey. What scripture goes with that one? Revelation 2:10. In the words of the Master, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulations 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Alright, Register of the Shirley Tharp family. Oh my goodness. Okay, I probably shouldn't, like, show this, because if they're still alive... Oh no! There is a marriage record here, and then it says, additional comments, divorced. That's sad. I mean, maybe it was for a good reason, but, you know. These are kind of cool pages. Military service record, another wedding record. That's really cool. And then this back section is an analysis of the Bible. That could be used for crafting pages. So, a cool addition. This is a bit referring to the bit that you put in your horse's mouth. So it's about horse training and stuff. I like the typed font here. We have some fun illustrations, and you know, my family's into horses and all that stuff. This is ridiculous. Let me tell you why. This illustration. If your horse were to actually do this, and you have your feet up like this, you're going to go right over their heads. If your horse were to do that, your feet should be straight down like this, lined up with their legs. Sorry, I'm ranting about illustrations in a horse book. You can tell I'm tired, can't you? This book I picked out for my niece. She loves unicorns so very much, and look at how cute this is. It has punch-out things that are unicorns and gnomes and things. This is going to be so fun for her to play with. I'm so excited to give this to her. Another picture book here. This is The Snowman by Raymond Briggs. It is one of the ones that Linda picked out and I had to grab because she already had a copy. This is a book that's beautifully illustrated. It has no words. And as a writing teacher, this looks very valuable to me because I could put up a page of this for, let's say, for example, these 2 pages here. Say, write about what's happening in this book. Or I could take them through the whole book and have them write about what they think is going on. Am I sad that I'm thinking about school stuff? Yes, I am. This is another one that Linda found. This is a desert scrapbook, Dawn to Dusk in the Sonoran Desert. And it has gorgeous illustrations. I mean, look at these coyotes. We have some wild hogs. Those are dangerous. Some beautiful frog illustrations. Look at all of this. Look at this cactus. There were quite a few books in that I was like, do you know what? You just can't stay here. You must be rescued. This is one that I rescued due to the cover. Look at this. Look at this. It's a ship in a storm. We've got 2 sides in the cover, and it has illustrations. The story is written in verse, which is cool, and I will show you some of the illustrations. There was one that I'm going to handpick to not show you because of body parts that we see. This one's okay. There's a strange creature popping up out of the water. This is another nostalgia piece. This is Little Bear. My sister especially loves Little Bear. I also love it. It's just, I remember reading this book with my sister. Love it. This one has also got Little Bear in the title, but a different Little Bear. This is Can't You Sleep, Little Bear. And I also just liked the illustrations. Like, isn't that sweet? The mama bear carrying the baby. Look at that. So cute. Another cowboy thing. This is a visual dictionary of the Old West. Some of these are photographs like this, which I wouldn't use, but we do have a lot of illustrations. Little Joe the Wrangler will wrangle nevermore. His days with the remuted they roar. The little Texas stray, poor Wrangler Joe. Up next, we've got some stencils. There's just this pack of stencils here that pop out for different letters, so you can see here is the letter F. There's E, A, etc. So these could be used as intended as stencils, or I could just pop them out and like add them onto journal pages or something. These are another item that I could take to school with me with my 8th graders who do altered book time capsules. They love stencils. Love stencils. Hopper Hunts for Spring, another picture book that has cute animals in it. We've got a bear and a rabbit, and there's a cute mole in here too. Where's the mole? Aha, there he is. Look how cute. Sorry, the light's shiny. Look at how cute. That makes me think of Wind in the Willows with Mr. Mole. This one is the Little Book, or the Little Big Book for Moms. Fairy tales, poetry, nursery rhymes, songs, stories, activities, finger games, and recipes. This is a small book. It has a great cover. You could do a journal cover with that very easily. And, oh, the dust jacket's on upside down. Let's just move that. I don't like the dust jacket, so let's just throw it away. And we'll turn it back over. This was owned by someone named Debbie. Oh, and then given to Heidi and her mama Caitlin. Well, it's mine now. Sorry, ladies. But we have lots and lots and lots of illustrations and songs and poems and fun things to play with. Like, wouldn't this just be a gorgeous focal point for a journal page? Yes, indeed. Rumpelstiltskin. Shadow puppets. Poor Wrangler Joe. Alright, we're down to the last 3 things. 2 small things and then a big one. This one, you can tell, came from Barnes & Noble once upon a time. Book annex right there. This is The World According to Mr. Rogers. Important things to remember. I mean, it's Mr. Rogers. How could I not pick it up? And if you've ever been to a Goodwill outlet, the way it works is everything is priced by weight. So I had my bag full of books, and I put it on the scale, and they weighed it, and it was like $1 something per pound. I ended up paying $19 for all of this stuff from the Goodwill outlet. And this little tiny thing hardly weighs a thing. So I thought, it's Mr. Rogers, I'm getting it. lots of just quotes from him, songs that he wrote. This, the whole world needs to know this. It says it's very dramatic when two people come together to work something out. It's easy to take a gun and annihilate your opposition, but what is really exciting to me is to see people with differing views come together and finally respect each other. Amen, dude. I love Mr. Rogers. Here is another one that Linda found. It is the Skeleton Leaf and Phantom Flowers. Skeleton Leaves and Phantom Flowers. This book is just gorgeous. This was another one that I was like, Linda, this book has to be rescued. And she goes, but I can't do anything with it. And I said, well, gosh dang it, I'll take it then. This book was published in Boston in the year 1868. So if we look at the title page, it says Phantom Flowers, a treatise on the art of producing skeleton leaves. And it's all talking about leaves and leaf printing, the wonders and uses of a leaf. I mean, it is stunning, and it's, I mean, from the 1800s to be in this good of a shape, it's absolutely beautiful. Look at this. These tissue paper covered pages with the really beautiful illustrations. I mean, so gorgeous. I don't know if I can pull any of the pages out of this. I might have to just scan them. This is just too, I don't know. I'm gonna have to hoard this for a little while. Last but not least, we have Reader's Digest Norman Rockwell's America. Are you familiar with the work of Norman Rockwell? You probably are, even if you don't even know. He's a brilliant artist. I mean, look at this. I mean, did I just buy a book full of his art? I mean, I hope that's what's all in here. I saw some of the stuff in here, and then I just stuck it in my bag. There is no air conditioning in that store. It is a warehouse. It's hot. It's chaotic. It's crazy. I want it out of there as swiftly as possible. So I just grabbed it once I realized what it was. This is his first Post cover from 1916. And which Post? Saturday Evening Post, I believe, is the magazine that he would always do covers for. In the back, we've got all these Post covers, which is really cool. All in black and white. It would be better if they were in color, of course, but I once had a paint my number kit of one of his paintings, and it was like a boy and a girl. The boy had the arm around the girl, and they were like by a big moon. There was one that, oh yeah, we've had some football stuff. There's a football one. Got some baseball. It's very Americana kind of stuff. That is it for this thrifting haul. I am exhausted. I need a very cold glass of ice water and a fan. So I'm going to say goodbye to you all. Have a wonderful, amazing, magical, bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, journaling, etc. Adios.